Strong indications have emerged that members of the ruling All Progressive Congress's National Working Committee may clash with the party's governors over a plan by the latter to adopt ex-governor Abdullahi Ganduje as the new national chairman of the party. The development followed the sudden exit of Abdullahi Adamu and Iyiola Omisore as the party's national chairman and national secretary. The crisis rocking the ruling party had on Tuesday led Adamu and Omisore to resign from the positions after they were accused of high-handedness and financial mismanagement by some members of the National Working Committee. Joining us to discuss this further is Jide, a political analyst, who joins us from Lagos, Nigeria. A warm welcome to you, Jide, and thanks for joining us on NC Continental Prime.
My pleasure. Good evening.
Good evening to you. Now, what's your take on the showdown that seems to be brewing in the ruling party, the All Progressive Congress, between the National Working Committee and the party's governors over the choice of former Kano State Governor Abdullahi Ganduje as the party's new national chairman?
Well, it's not unusual in politics to have disagreement, but what I'm opposed to is this this aversion for contestation or election by our political gladiators. All the chairmen of APC from 2013, none of them have emerged through electoral contest. It has always been unopposed, unopposed, and unopposed. And this does not help in deepening democracy and political administration. I said in my column in The Punch just 2 days ago, where I examined the pull-out down syndrome of our political leadership, that this is one of the bane of political consolidation in the country. Why would somebody like Ganduje, who just served as 8 years, served as Kano State Governor, be packaged to come and lead the APC without even campaigning, without even knowing what he has in stock? This is the same way Adamu Abdullahi that resigned on Tuesday never contested or was not even among those who showed interest in contesting for that position, but was brought in by the political power brokers in APC, and he emerged unopposed alongside with Omisore. So I think we should learn the right lesson of history, that even if there will be another successor to Adamu Abdullahi, such should emerge through electoral contest. Let everyone who wants to aspire, let them campaign, let them tell us what they have for APC in the period that they will be M's-man or M's-woman in that office.
Now, Jide, some political watchers are of the opinion that the chairmanship position should be zoned to the east, since it seems nobody from the region is yet to occupy a key office in President Tinubu's government. Do you agree with this assertion? And what should be the proper democratic way of going about appointing a chairman of a political party?
Again, this issue of zoning, yes, it's democratic. You want to give every zone a sense of belonging. I know former FRSC chairman, Osita Chidoka, did canvass that the next chairman of APC should come from the southeast. Well, don't forget, the president of Nigeria is already from the southwest. Will you want the chairman to also come from the south? APC governors demanded and got southern president in 2023. I think they have to look at that very clearly. Yes, there may be a merit in the argument that if it's zoned to the southeast, it will give the Igbos a sense of belonging. They will feel that, okay, the ruling party also have their interests at heart. But they need to exercise that very cautiously to ensure that, one, let all those who want to aspire, let them aspire, let there be a campaign period, just like you do when you want to do primaries ahead of general elections. Let everybody who wants to aspire. Then from among the lot, let the party delegates, or if they want to do direct election, let all the members of APC choose their next leader. Not that a cabal somewhere or some conclave or some few individuals will come together and say, this is your next chairman, this is your next secretary, this is your next welfare officer. No, I think the idea of electioneering should be cultivated. And that way you can hold whoever emerges victorious to his campaign promises. That, okay, you said you are going to run this party democratically, you are going to observe internal party democracy, you are going to be accountable and transparent, you are going to have zero tolerance for corruption. All of this will be documented and party members will be able to hold you accountable for those campaign promises. But situations where you just package somebody, maybe because you zone in, even if it is zoned to the southeast, it should not mean that there will be no contest, that only one person will be brought, maybe a former senator, a former governor, will just be brought and imposed on the over 40 million members of the APC. I think that's what I do not support. But if they like, they can as well say, okay, since the president is from the southwest, they want to give the southeast a sense of belonging. That's provided the north will not be very allergic, if I can use that word, or will not oppose that. Because as it were, number one citizen is from the southwest, number three citizen is from the south-south. That is like Oscar Fabio. We used to want the national chairman of the APC to come from southeast, which means that all the power locus is already being zoned to the south. Even the Chief Justice of Nigeria is a southwest person, is from Oyo State. That means you are looking at the hierarchy, the number 1 to 5, only one person will be from the north. So now, that may be counterproductive.
Now, finally, Jide, before I let you go, how would a Ganduje chairmanship impact the party if it eventually happens? And how important is the role of a chairman of a political party, especially the ruling party?
Very important. Remember that there is a lot of responsibility that is bestowed on the chairman of a party, irrespective of whether it's the ruling party or opposition party. For instance, part of the challenge that Abdullahi faced was the fact that he connived with the secretary, Iyiola Omisore, to independently or, to without consultation appoint auditors for appoint auditors to audit the finance of the party, and even after the audit report, did not subject it to any scrutiny by the National Working Committee or National Executive Council or Executive Committee, only to forward it to INEC. That's part of the role. The audit reports are supposed to be signed by the chairman and the secretary. Likewise, the nomination of candidates, that's part of the responsibility of the chairman to send the list of nominees, the standard bearers of the party, to the electoral management body. In this case, that's INEC, Independent National Electoral Commission. So the party chairman holds a lot of power, and that's why there's a lot of banana peel. As I said in my earlier reference article in the column, in my column in the Punch last Wednesday, just 2 days ago, I looked at the emergence of party leadership across different political parties, and it came out that my research shows that there is high turnover of party leaders across all the parties, whether the dominant parties or the opposition.
They always leave in controversial circumstances. Thank you very much.
You can just imagine, my brother, only one chairman of PDP served out his term, and that's Colonel Ahmadu Ali. And in APC, only Chief John Otige has served as his tenure, and they prevented him from seeking re-election. And when you look at ABGA, you look at ADC, you look at
it's the same story across board.
There's leadership crisis across board.
Thank you very much.
For democratic consolidation.
Thank you very much, Jide, for your insight and contribution. We do appreciate it. Thank you.
My pleasure. Do have a nice weekend.
You too.